Okay, here's all the cards. 6-deck blackjack. Dealer stands on all 17. No surrender. Blackjack pays 3-2. This is shoe number 5 of Chuck Temple versus flat betting. Hopefully I won't have any problems with this video like I did in the number 4, where my phone stopped recording, took some still photos, and then resumed recording. I suspect what may have happened there was there was a system update available for my phone, and that it was, reminding me of that while I was recording, which is pretty obnoxious on the part of the system, if that's what it was. I mean, I put my phone in airplane mode while I'm recording, so that in case I get any phone calls or anything like that, they won't interfere. But I guess the reminder that you need to update your system overrides everything else. All I can say is at least it resumed recording. Otherwise I would have had to throw that shoe out. Anyways, hope it doesn't do that again. So, before we get really into things here, just give a little shout out to a newer user who's been pretty vocal or conversant in the comments. I hope I get your last name right. Bert. Let me look at it again. Sorry, Bert Hymona? Is that right? Hymona? Can we just call you Bert? Thank you for your thoughtful discussion. Okay. Most of that conversation has not been happening in this series. It's been in, I think, the 1326 series. It sounds like what Bert is arriving at is he wants to, or he is suggesting deviating from basic strategy and applying the what is called the never bust system. In the never bust, you would hit anything 11 and under and stand on anything 12 or more. According to the Wizard of Odds, that doing so gives the house edge, if I remember correctly, an edge of around 3.9%. I think that's right. But, Bert is also suggesting coupling that with martingale. In my last thing I wrote to Bert, I said that, sure, with an infinite bankroll and unlimited and no table limits, martingale would be infallible. The thing is either you eventually run out of money, or you hit the table limit. And when you lose at that table limit, what's your next action? Whether you're playing the never bust system or not, you will eventually get that long losing streak. And what are you going to do? Now, Bert's also talking about playing another kind of system. Basically, he's talking about a positive progressive system. Not clear on the details of that approach yet. But look, good for you, Bert. You're trying to come up with something, and I'm trying to do the same, or at least experiment with things. If you can come up with something, good. Same with this system we're testing here, the Chuck Temple. I'm assuming that it's been working for Chuck. And, that's great. If it would work for us, that would be cool too, right? So, good luck to you. Just talking while I go through things here. Another thing that Bert's been bringing up is how the flow of cards would be different, or could be different, if there were more players at the table, and how that might affect things. And honestly, I get where you're coming from. I don't think that there's any way that really yeah, it might change the cards, and it might change them now in your favor, and later it might change them against you. I mean, the odds are the odds, especially in a multi-deck shoe. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the same as, whether you have 2 players at the table or 3 players at the table. You can't control what they do. Somebody might be playing, perfect basic strategy for a while, and all of a sudden they might get tired of doing that, and then they start playing wild, and then they go back. It's part of the randomness, I think, that comes in to the shoe. Maybe in single deck, or even double deck, it's a little more opportunity for that. Cutting the deck. And I don't know, 75-80% penetration. Okay, Chuck Temple will be on this side, flat better over here. Each system starts with 50 units. Okay, they're all there. Set those up. Chuck Temple, for probably, maybe when I do the summary, I'll have another bit of in-depth analysis of it. If you really want to understand how I'm applying the Chuck Temple, here's the chart, or it's like a flow chart. Look in the first video in this series. Basically, you follow the red lines on losses, and you follow the green lines on wins. It's kind of a hybrid system, having both negative and positive progressive aspects to it. It gets a little weird down here after you've had several losses, or consecutive losses. I don't like this part. Watch the other videos. We've hit this point in every single one. I expect that we'll get there in this one, unless we have a really great shoe and we do nothing but win. But we'll talk about it as we go. All right, let's just get rolling here. Burn card, and single unit wager for each. When the 10 card, when the dealer has a 10 or a face card, he peeks to look for an ace, because if he has a blackjack, the hand is over. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. Bert, who did call out in one hand where I think the player had a 9 and the dealer had showing a 10, and he was saying that the player didn't hit. The player doesn't get a chance to hit. The dealer had blackjack, flipped over, hand is over. No opportunity for action. Anyways, 15 hits, 22. Okay. Got to get you some change. Immediately on any loss, first loss in the series, you move to 2.2. So I need to give you some change. That's a half of a unit, even though it's in regular money, it's a quarter. These are 10th units. And they're such a pain to deal with because they're so little. All right. By the way, for Chuck Temple, I am keeping your present losing streak over here on the side. We need that later on. Again, I have to check for the ace. It's not there, so you play the 13. 19. 20. And now Chuck Temple moves up to 4.4, so I need to give you change again. Those nickels are 20ths of a unit. Okay. Paint it? Nope. Okay, so we play by perfect basic strategy. Whether you believe in it or not, that's what we do because it's consistent and generally widely accepted as reducing the house edge to the smallest percentage possible. So a soft 14 to a 6 is a double down. I've mentioned this before. The Chuck Temple system does not indicate what to, this is 4.4, how to deal with multiple wins and losses from the original wager due to splits and double downs. We just treat it like a regular win or loss. That gives us 13, 15, 19. Now it will make a difference a little bit. It'll adjust our CLB when we get there, current loss balance. And we are, if we lose this hand coming up, we will have to deal with that situation. The next wager in the Chuck Temple is a 9.6. So again, I need to make you change. So there's 9, I need to change that 5, so that's 9.5. And I gotta pull from over there. Okay, take that. 9.6. $12 stands to dealer 5, 8, 18, 9.6. Okay, I'll pull up the sheet real quick. Here we are. Started here, lost. Went to 2.2, lost. Went to 4.4, lost. Went to 9.6 and lost. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive losses. Straight out of the gate. Chuck says, you're on a losing streak. So instead of something like Martingale or these other systems that just keep increasing your wager, Chuck says, stop increasing. Revert to a single unit wager. And if you keep losing that, you keep betting it. When you win that, you add up your current CLB, your current loss balance, and your next wager is 40% of that. And if you lose, then you reassess, and it's 40% again, and 40% again. When you finally win, you will close out for a bit of a loss. Just how it's going to, you would have to bet, if you bet 50% of your CLB, you would close. You would close at break even, right? But he's locked you into a loss at this point. Maybe that's okay. So far it doesn't ring well and true to me. Like that is a good idea. But hey, I didn't come up with this. Chuck did, and we're just running it through its courses. All right, enough talking. Here we go. And look at that. See, if you'd been playing Martingale, oops, you'd be up. Anyways, but you're not. So I'm going to give you back out of your loss stack over here 1.5. Okay. That's a 5th hand. All right, now what happens is you go to the 40% CLB. So I know that was fast. Let's see what you have left, how much you're down, and then we'll wager 40% of that, okay? Now, I've said this every single time that we've gotten to this, or in every shoe, and it's happened in every shoe. That's 5, okay? See it? Okay. How you do this kind of math at the table, I don't know. I don't think I could do it. So that's another obstacle in this system. Yeah. So that's 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 20.1. Run it through the calculator over here. I could probably do it. I think it's 8, around 8. 20.1 times 0.4 for 4%. Yeah, I was right. It's 8.04. We'll wager 8. Now the thing is while I could do that math easily enough, the question is, how are you going to do? Oh shoot, those weren't supposed to go over there. Oops, sorry. Just do it the easy way. It won't be the exact same ones. What did I say it was? 20.1. Okay, there. That was close. I almost gave them back to you. Those are the casino's chips. Anyways, what I'm saying is that you're going to have to keep track of how much you've lost, your current loss balance on your own. The casino won't do that for you. Okay, 8. Okay. $20 stands, 7, 13. Oh, see, what do I always say about the 8? The 8's the most important card, but it didn't come. 15, and there's this 8 of spades. See, so you win. That goes there. 8 to you there. All right, so that closes the cycle. You went to there, 40% CLB, back to the top. Okay, but like I said, you closed out. There was no way that 40% of what you were down was ever going to get you back. So you end up closing that down 5, 10, 11, 12.1. Okay, 12.1. If you would bet, I guess you have to bet more than 50. If you bet half of what you were down, you would have bet 10. You still would have been down 10. Yeah, you have to bet. The only way to get back to break even, yeah, I was wrong before. You have to bet the amount that you're down. And I guess what Chuck is trying to do is just get out of it, cut your losses. In case you keep losing, don't keep spiraling down more and more rapidly. He's trying to control the bleeding, I guess, and it's interesting. I don't know if it's working. 13, 20, 11, 21. See, just like a real casino. Now Bert's going to say, but if there were more players at the table, then it would have, the cards would have come differently, and that's true. But who's to say that you won that hand, and then you lose the next 5? Is that a good trade? I don't know. 8, 12 to a 2 still hits. 14 stands. It's not popular to hit that 12 to a 2. People hate when you do that. 13, 23. Okay, so oops, that comes back out of your lost column over there. In fact, I'm sorry. Remember, this is that casino where we fix things. 2.2 is what you were supposed to wager. Yeah, okay, I caught it. So you get 1 back from your lost column to get you back to break even. And you have all my dimes. 3, 4, 5. And then you get 1.2 is your gain. So that's a nice thing. All right, and then again, that closes your cycle. You start back up at the top, 1 unit. Okay, talking about Bert too much. And anyways, about playing, multiple players at the table. You see it a lot. People go from playing 1 hand to playing 2 hands, maybe 3 if the casino allows you to do that, in an attempt to, change the flow of the cards to you're on a losing streak. Oh, if I play 2 hands, that'll break it up. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just extends it. Hard to say. 20, 15, 16, 19. All right. So, since this is your first win from the top, you repeat the wager of 1 unit. Okay, so we're going to take that off. Now, what I do is I put something here on top of the stack to let me know that I'm on the winning side. Again, something that you'll have to keep track of on your own in the casino. If you win this hand, you will increase to 1.5, and then if you win that, you revert back to 1, and just keep bouncing back between 1 and 1.5. Anytime you lose, you will go immediately over to the negative progressive side, and the wager will be 2.2, 4.4, 9.6, etc., like we've already done. 9, 13, 14, 15, 19. Right? Yep. Oops, gotta keep that there for you. And so you did lose. You immediately go over to the 2.2 wager right there. And that was 10 hands, first 10 hands. Regular viewers will know that I keep track of the number of hands in the shoe, and that all comes into play at the end when we do the summary. Perhaps an opportunity to double down. And yes, that is a double down. 11 to a 10 is double down. So again, I don't know what Chuck's intention was on this. He didn't really say, but this is what we're going to do. Single card. In fact, let me make sure we don't have the ace, and we don't. 21, 20. Come on. Well, congratulations. So there's 1 from your lost column. Everything else is gains. Let's keep track of them. And so you will end up being up by 3.4 units. So good for you. Now you have all my dimes again. You can always tell when things are going well when the dealer starts running out of chips. So anyways, back to the top. Single unit wager, of course, always single unit for the flat better. 13, 17, 19, excuse me. And immediately up to 2.2. 8 of spades. Stands 14, 21. So 2.2 becomes 4.4. I've been thinking, especially since I've been talking with Bert. Hold on. There you go. Hey, look at that. Another blackjack for you. That obviously helps a lot. So you had 3.2 in your loss column. So I'm gonna do. Oops, gotta be careful. 4 point. I'm gonna take 1 and give you half. Okay. There. And then I got to give you another 2.2 on top of that. So I think you end up gaining 3.2 again. Okay. Not that it really matters, like hand to hand, what you are, you know, your gain is over your loss column. It just matters here at the end. But I'm trying to analyze Chuck's system a little more, and I'm doing it out loud with you. Okay. Oh, so after this, insurance closed. Basic strategy says not to take insurance. I was thinking my next 2.2 over here, the next series might be, and it's gonna be hard, is to mirror to do the shuffle, mirror a shoe, and then run that shoe against a flat better, and then against 2 flat betters, or maybe even 3. I don't know. And it has to be the same shoe so that we can see, well, how did it affect having multiple players versus 1 player. You didn't get to look. You didn't get to act. You just got to lose. You don't get an opportunity to buy insurance or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, I had to do similar things to that in the Stern series, but I found that I didn't have to do any mirroring of the shoes until it was needed, because the Stern, while it did deviate from basic strategy, it wasn't so drastic that I needed to set it up the whole shoe. And I also found that often things would line back up again. 14, 20, push, like nothing happened, just went through some cards. But to do that 1 position versus multiple positions would definitely require that I mirror the shoes and play them out, and they'll never line back up. Well, let's just make sure. Soft 9. Or a soft 19. I guess soft 19 is always a stand. You know, I bet there's plenty of people out there would hit that. Let's see what would happen to them. They'd have a 19. So okay, so here's 3.2 plus. There it is. Oops. Plus 1.2. Close enough. Get over there. Let's just see. See, that was get your money out of here. All right, what the next card? See, that would have, if you would have doubled that, it would have been like this, and then the next card would have been. All right, it would have worked out for you. But trust me, it won't always work out. Sometimes it will. Sometimes it won't. 20, 11, 21. Then it might have messed up this hand. That's a possibility, but that's not what happened. On the loss, you're going up to 2.2 again. $20, $17, $1. Give me some change. So again, you gained 1.2. That was another 10 hands. That's 20. Not much to say there. And remember what I like to do? I put that marker up on top here. So now if this hand wins, we'll increase to 1.5. Ace check. 16, 18, 13. You don't want the 8. 14. Now you do. And set that there, going up to 1.5. I think so far this is maybe the best shoe we've had for Chuck. Hope that's not a jinx. 15, 22. Oops, I shouldn't have said anything. But you know, my saying stuff does not change the cards. Anyways, you got your lost column going on over here. 8-18 to a 7 is a stand. 13, 23. So here's 1.5. I need to give you 0.7 more to bring you up. Ta-da. And starting over. $14, $15, $18, just like that. And just like that, right back to 2.2. Insurance closed. 8, 18, 5, 15, 19. $4.4. $20. 13, you don't want the 8, and you didn't get the 8. So again, you will close. That's 3.2. I need to give you 4.4. I'm going to take those. So you're going to gain a 1.2 again. 4.5. Take 1, or 1/10. Hold on, I'm just gonna look, make sure I'm still recording. It looks like I am. All right. 17 stands. 20. So you lost. You're going right up to 2.2. This is how I think Chuck's intended for his system to work. where you don't go deep into the losses, okay? And and I could see that. I actually could easily see that. As long as you limit your losing streaks to 4, maybe 5, you're going to be okay. But you could say that about a lot of systems. The issue is, how do you deal with prolonged losing streaks? Okay, 18, 12, too many. See, it right now, it's working. You're not getting very far into the system, and a lot of systems rely on that. You know, the Al Kaufman, the professor, his system is has a similar idea that as long as you don't go too far down the rabbit hole, you're great. And then they also, Chuck argues as well, that those rare times that does happen, that the rest of the gains are so good that you'll still end up with a profit. We have yet to make that final determination. Uh, 19, 15, 25. But yeah, I will say, if you, as long as you don't lose too many in a row, you'll do okay. All right, so you are down the positive progressive side of things. That is 30 hands out of an expected at least 45. So we're, what, 2/3 of the way or so? Pair of 8s. You're not going to split those 8s, especially not to a. I'm sorry. You are going to split those 8s. I was thinking something else. Okay, so that's fine. 8s and aces, as they say. All right. We'll play this side first. That stands, so we'll go here. Did I check? I did check. Or if I didn't check, it's not there. 13 hits again. 19. 17. Look at that. Win and win. Yep. You know, like I've said, I don't know what Chuck's do this and this. Intention was for these multiple wins, so we're just going to go as if that was a single win, moving up to 1.5. Soft 16 hits to a 7. Soft 17 hits again to a 7. Hard 17. You don't want the 8. And you didn't get it, but it didn't get any better. So that is a loss. That was 19. Oops. You know, something I found, so going up to 2.2, that by dealing the cards like this, I have gotten a lot better at adding them up right on the fly. Like sometimes when I would go to the casino, I'd have to really look. 5 plus 2. You know, obviously I can do 5. I can do 5 plus 2, but you know, when you get like a string of 4 or 5 cards, it would take me a second or so. Now I'm a lot faster. 17. So if you want to get a little bit better with that, a little more up to speed with the dealer, sometimes I'm even faster than the dealers in the casino. But you know, they have a lot to worry about too. Anyways, I found that playing the cards out like this has really helped. 14, 10, 12, 22. Okay. So again, the Chuck Temple, it is working out right now, and since you had that 1.5 because you went on the positive side of things, things will come out a little bit more in your favor. So, because you're down 3.7 out of 4.4, so you're going to gain 0.7 instead of 1.2. But you were up more because you went through the positive progressive side of things. However it all ends up, in the end, is all that's going to matter. Oops. Doesn't matter, that card gets turned over anyways. Insurance closed. It's not there. Wouldn't matter, I could play them both up. You know, you're going to do the same thing. 14. 23, and just when I talk about how fast I am, I mean, I can only really count up to 21. I don't have to count farther. I know, oh, that's too many. And that's good. And that's good enough for blackjack. Again, losing the negative progressive side of things here. 2.2. Insurance closed. And up to 4.4. Trying to move along here. Oh, look at those. 8, lots of 8s. Where's the 8 of spades? Uh, 4.4 right there. Alright, this side first. Even this is an 8, huh? Yep. 17 stands playing this one. 18. 18, so this one is a lose. Or I just put the 4.4 over there. And this one's a push. But overall, you've netted a loss. So we're gonna call that a loss. Certainly can't call it a win, and it's not a push. Overall, you still lost. So we're going up to 9.6. 9.6. And this is where it starts to get a little hairy. Another 8. 17. 14. 17. Push. Again. Deuces. Here are 2s. 2 of 4. You will split again. This is your opportunity to make or lose a lot of money. Personally, splitting, I guess I like splitting. Doubling down, I love doubling down. Splitting, I guess I like it, especially if you can double after the split or resplit. Playing this hand first. 6, well, you got to hit that again. Can you see it? 9, got to hit that again. 16. Playing this side. 8. 18. 12. 20. Both lose. Okay, so according to Chuck, you are on a losing streak. I'll pull up the chart for just a quick second. And now your losing streak has gotten deeper because you doubled down and lost them both right here. Anyways, single unit wager, looking for a win so that you can close out the cycle, get out of it, and start over for some sort of a loss. Guaranteed loss. 20. Come on. 12. 21. Just like a real casino. 20s can't even win with a 20. That is another 10. That's 40 hands. So you continue to wager 1 unit until you get a win, and then you go into the CLB. The 40% CLB. Sorry. 12. Come on. 19. Oh, sorry. I don't know if it's a 19. I meant to say 9. Hitting the 12, 22. So keep losing there. Let's see. Was it 19? No. See, I did not know what it was. Pair of 9s. Here's another chance with the 20. 15. 25. Okay, so you are down. Let's see. I gotta see now. I gotta count them up. Okay, now I can stack them. I'm gonna trade you. Well, trade myself really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Plus that 0.8. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27.8. 27.8 times 0.4 is 11.12. Okay, so we'll do oops, don't take it out of there. We'll do 11.1. Okay, give you a chance to get back that tiny little bit extra. If you're playing a $100 table, that is $1. So whatever $1 buys these days, something at the dollar store, I suppose. Insurance closed. It's not there. 17 stands. Come on. 5, 15, 20. Okay, so you just lost 11.1 on top of your 27.8. So 27.8 plus 11.1 is 38.9 times 0.4 is 15.56. So 15 and a half. 15 and a half. If you really wanted to mess with me, we could put on the nickel and it would be 15.55. I got to keep these here. We want that? Let's do it. Might as well. That's 15.55. Okay? Good luck. Insurance closed. It's not there. A 15 needs a card. 18. 5, 15. And 18. Push. That was hand 44, so this is hand 45. We made what we expected to get to. Something that does affect that a little bit are the splits. 13 stands to a dealer 5, 12, 13, 23. Okay, so you eventually get out of it. That really saved you because you don't have a lot left. You have 3.6 left over otherwise. Let's leave those out. What did I say this was? $15.55. So, oops, sorry. 15. All right, I'm going to give you 15.6, and you'll give me back that nickel. And you closed your cycle on the 45th hand. And you ended up closing that cycle for definitely a loss. See, that's 5, right? Okay. $5, 10, 15, 23.35. 23.35, that's almost half of your original starting stack. You just wrote that off. and just in the name of getting out of the cycle. I don't know. That's I didn't come up with it. Chuck did. Good job, Chuck. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean to Chuck. I respect the fact that he tried to come up with something and put it out there for other people, basically to criticize. I mean, so critique, let's call it. Be nice. 19, 17. And we will put, we stay at 1, but we're going to put that marker up there. Pair of deuces. Oh, insurance closed. It's not there. Pair of 2s, you will just play that as a 4 to a dealer ace. So another 2, that makes 6. 15. Oops. There's our cut card. This is the last hand. A lot of 2s. 17. 6, 16. Ooh. 12. 15. Where's all the little cards? 25. If that's in view or not. So you win. There you go. But that's the end of the shoe. So you're ending it in the middle of your progressive cycle. That's just how it is. Let's see how it ended up. All right. Let's get rid of some of these coins for you. That's 1. That's 2. All right, so 2. 1, 2. Okay. Who do we do first? Let's do the flat better first. Doesn't really matter. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's 5. Change that one too. Okay, so 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 47, down 3 for the flat better. So, not such a bad shoe. Had a little bit of a bad run in there. Let's see how it affected Chuck. What we got left there? There, I can't. Actually, yeah, okay. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, and a half, 0.75. 36.75 means down 13 and a quarter, right? 13. I'm going to do this. I'm going to change those out. That penny is a quarter. And a quarter is a third. No, quarter is a half. Extra points if you know that reference. Down 13 and a quarter. So by, a difference of 10 and a quarter, which $5 table, 50 bucks. From your original 50 units, that's about a quarter of your original starting stack versus 6% of your starting stack. So Flatbetter comes out ahead, down by 3, and Chuck Temple down by 13 and a quarter in 47 hands. Okay, that was shoe number 5. Got 2 more to go, then we do the summary. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.